Hello, so my name is Ben, and I'm going to be talking about the potential harms or benefits of intermittent fasting among obese, overweight, and normal body composition. A little bit of background about the research. For the fitness industry, there's been an increase in popularity among Weight Watchers or anybody who wants to live an active lifestyle in general of intermittent fasting. What intermittent fasting is exactly, it's essentially a period of fasting between meals. And there's a specific time from throughout the day in which fasting occurs, and then the rest of the day you're allowed to eat. So that could be maybe you skip breakfast or you skip dinner, whatever that may be. That would be considered intermittent fasting. It's also known as intermittent energy restriction, or IER for short. And continuous energy restriction is actually the daily removal of energy intake from food. So what that means is maybe every day you won't eat a snack, or maybe you won't eat dessert, and that would be your limited intake of energy. So what this research was trying to do is compare intermittent fasting with continuous energy restriction on its effectiveness on weight loss and other physical features, such as maybe fat-free mass, LDL or HDL, and determine the potential benefits or harms of intermittent fasting on one's body composition. They predict that intermittent fasting is more effective on weight loss than normal continuous energy restriction. Some of the methods included in this experiment, subjects ranging from obese, overweight, and normal body compositions, completed trials of either less than 7 days of intermittent fasting with at least 50% energy restriction and a few days of normal eating. And this is all random. And what's also randomized is the comparisons of intermittent fasting and continuous energy restriction on biological processes. So this includes visceral or subcutaneous fat, the person's ability to store and produce insulin, metabolism, fat-free body mass, things like that. So some of the data that was produced from the experiment, on the left, I'll talk about that more in the next slide, but on the right, we can see that this is a graph that depicts the energy restriction percentage per participant for, I guess, throughout the week or throughout the month. Here we can see that for 5 days, 5 consecutive days, there's going to be 20% energy restriction. And for 2 consecutive days, is 70% energy restriction. This graph is all depicting intermittent fasting. And we can see when averaged out, there's an average of 35% energy restriction throughout the course of the experiment. And this experiment is roughly about, it varies between 12 weeks to maybe 24 weeks. So approximately like 3 months, 3 to 6 months. And so this table, essentially a summary of the findings. Here we can see that there's actually no difference in weight loss or prevention of weight gain for IER or CER. They found that the results were inconclusive and that it's not a good indicator of weight loss. Here we can see other things such as fat cell size, hepatic fat, insulin sensitivity, and there's either no data provided, meaning they found no changes, or they had mixed results. So for example, insulin sensitivity, they found that IER was actually higher than CER, but when it came to people with normal weights, they found that it was either equal or higher. So it varies depending on obese and overweight or normal weight, or even in rodents, but the findings weren't concrete. So just to summarize, the results of the experiment lack high quality data and evidence. It's inconclusive, so basically there's no real difference between IER or CER when it comes to weight loss or weight gain. And there's that means that there's no evidence that intermittent fasting can actually help weight loss, despite what the fitness industry may say. Weight loss may come from other things such as lifestyles, sleeping habits, hydration. There's a lot of things that can promote weight loss, so it might not just be from intermittent fasting. But what they did find is that there's a negative mood change for normal weight participants, but a good mood change for obese and overweight participants when it comes to intermittent fasting. So it can be psychological in that sense. My reference, and thank you for watching.